Hi, this is Tony from Audioholics. We're here in sunny Tampa, Florida. It's February. It's beautiful out. We're here at the Florida Audio Expo. We're looking at some new speakers from different audio manufacturers. We're getting a glimpse of some receivers, some amplifiers, lots of other home audio equipment. So let's go check it out. All right, well, tell us a little bit about your speakers today.
These are fully active. Cardioid bass. There's 310s. The top two are in a cardioid flow resistance enclosure, so there's bass leaking from the side out of phase from the front. That creates a cancellation in the back. I'm sure some of your readers probably understand what a cardioid is. And the bottom sub is just a pure sealed subwoofer. Okay. The amp driving them is an Encore Hypex multi-channel amplifier. It's Class D, and there's amplifier channels for the two mid-bass, the subwoofer, and then the planar horn. There's actually a passively crossed over super tweeter above the planar horn that's behind the grill by that green glowing light that you see there.
Okay. And
then the final piece of the puzzle is an internal horn driver is firing at the rear panel of the speaker, inside rear panel of the speaker, and there's a geodesic diffuser inside the panel that diffuses the sound coming off of the rear of the speaker.
So these are no Klipsch horn speakers then?
No. All of my tech is based on AES research. There's a paper involved in everything involved in the speaker here. So the decorrelation channel, or the diffuse delayed channel coming off the back, is also finally decorrelated by that Harman Logic 7 receiver that you see down at the bottom. So there's delay, diffuse, and decorrelated sound coming off of the side and rears of the speaker relative to the front. The front is pretty directional, so the planar mid-tweeter goes down to about 700 hertz and up to about 14 or so. That has a high degree of front directionality. The cardioid bass speakers, again, create a high directional front radiation characteristic to the speaker, very little to the rear. And then the rear drivers create a diffuse feel, much like a concert hall, to get a more spacious sound.
Oh, okay.
And the best part of it is that there's remote control, so you can change the sound stage, you can change how much bass there is. If the track is a little bit dry, you can expand the sound stage. If it's already got a big sound stage, or it's supposed to have a more immediate sound, like just a solo strumming guitar up there, you can kill the sound stage and make it more direct,
more intimate.
If the track has a little bit too much bass, you can back off the bass a little bit, or if it has not enough, you can go up. So it's very flexible and adjustable at the speaker. I know that it's very popular with HT guys to put a microphone somewhere in the room. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. The speaker needs to be correct right at the beginning, so that the initial wave launch is correct, the reflected energy in the room is correct, and then you can do some touch-up correction in the bass. I do that below 300 hertz or 400 hertz or so, where the room effect is predominant over the direct sound coming off of the speaker. I do a little DSP if needed here.
Now, is there a name for? Is the one of the models?
This is CT. This is the CT1. It stands for Cardioid Tower 1.
Okay. And what are they running?
16 for the pair. 16,000.
Okay. Well, because I saw your
active. So I
was like, I don't know. These are gonna be.
No, it's 16. Well, 16,000 for the pair.
For the pair.
But it's self-amplified, so obviously there's no need for any.
Well, and that was what I was going to ask you for. Because they're active speakers.
Right.
What do you need with them then?
Just a preamp or a HD receiver or a DAC. That NAD DAC can drive them directly. You could get a Bluetooth receiver and drive them from your phone. I mean, if you really wanted a totally minimalistic system. As a matter of fact, I built a speaker for his son that does just that. He got a little Bluetooth receiver, and the speaker's fully active, and he just runs it off his phone. I mean,
so you're running a receiver. What's the advantage? If you have a receiver already, what's the advantage of having an active speaker then?
Well, the speaker or the receiver would have to have preamp outputs. You can't feed these a line level speaker output signal. So you'd have to have a receiver that's probably one of the upper end models that has preamp outputs.
Okay.
You can't have speaker outputs and drive an active speaker. So, but hey, there's lots of folks in home theater that are using active speakers with a pre-processor or something like that.
Yep.
So.
And then also, I noticed your speakers are towed in a little bit. And you said you don't do room correction with a microphone, but you have them towed in. Any reasoning for that?
Well, the crossfiring, it's typical with a controlled directivity speaker like that to crossfire. And the idea there is that when you're off center between the speakers, you're more in the direct axis of the far speaker and further away from the off axis of the other speaker. So the intensity drops. Stereo is based on intensity levels to create phantom images in the center or between the speakers. And so it keeps a bit more stable image between the speakers, somewhat centered when you're far off axis. So a typical wide dispersion speaker, like a cone and dome type affair, as soon as you move left or right, if I sat off axis like this from the speaker, all I'm hearing is the sound from that speaker. The image completely pulls to that left speaker. With a speaker like this, it tends to stay a bit more centered, even when you're far off axis, because of the controlled directivity. So,
all right. All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate your time.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tony with Audioholics, and we're here with Peter from Magico Audio. What are you showing today at Florida Audio Fest?
Well, thank you for letting me talk about the Magico A3. This is our entry-level loudspeaker, part of the A series. So this is the A3, floor-standing, three-way. At Magico, we design all of the transducers. This is a 28mm dome beryllium tweeter. This is a carbon graphene-coated mid-range driver, 6-inch. Then we have two 7-inch bass drivers, which are both electrically connected. The mid-range works in a sub-chamber, so it's not adversely affected by the backwave pressure of the bass drivers. The enclosure is all aluminum. It follows the Q3 design, which is now discontinued, but rectangular box design, all aluminum, internally braced with lattice bracing horizontally front to back. The properties of aluminum allow a stiff enclosure with mass, and it's dampable. So all the engineering work that we put into this, essentially to make the enclosure disappear, so the energy that you're hearing is from the transducers only, and that's all about the music.
Okay. Yeah. So once again, what was the model and the price on these?
This is the A3. They're $12,300 for the pair.
For the pair.
And a little bit of a wait right now. They're very popular, so we've got a bit of a delay to get them out there, but people are patient enough to wait and very excited when they get them at home.
Okay, well, thank you.
My name is Frank Gazzo.
Frank from
Antel Audio.
Intel Audio. What are you showing today?
So Antel Audio imports triangle speakers from France and Socarides amplifier, tube amplifiers from Greece. You're looking at the flagship speaker in the Esprit line, which is the second from the bottom line of speakers. This is the Austral, and it's rear and front firing tweeters, a very fast speaker, mid-range, and multiple bass drivers that give off less bass each, but they're also very fast to keep up with the tweeter.
Okay, and what are these running? As far as price-wise?
Oh, price-wise.
Yeah, sorry.
As you see them here, in a high-gloss white or high-gloss black finish, they're $4,500 a pair. That's not each, a pair. And in a vinyl veneer walnut, you're at $4,000 a pair.
Wow, that's great. For what we've seen at the show, you guys are probably the most affordable speaker line here.
That's what we try to achieve, is really good performance for, in this business, an affordable product line.
Well, I'm wiped out. It's been an amazing show. We saw lots of speakers. You guys should come down next year, definitely February, Tampa, Florida, Florida Audio Expo, and we'll see you hopefully here next year.